Hi Miss, my name is Divya Sivabrahma from Diploma in Healthcare Management Batch 22A. The topic I am going to present is college student development. The college atmosphere plays an integral role in the social development of students. As the pair the College Student Development Theory (CSDT), college significantly contribute to student academic, cognitive, social, psychological, as well as spiritual and moral development. Indeed, CSDT provides student affairs practitioner with solid foundation for practice. More specifically, given the widespread prevalence of development related issues in college such as violence, suicide, and drug abuse. CSD to a large extent guide and inform the work of community college counselors. College provides students with a set of experience that affect not only their academic learning but also their mental and psychological growth. I chose Chinkering theory for college student development. Chinkering studies college students' psychosocial development and later collaborate with Lita research. Their investigation found several routes of development. A vector is a recurring term or concept that tend to drive personality growth and development. During certain stage of a person's life, social expectations clash with their usual pattern of behavior. A developmental crisis occurs when a person's current behavior clash with new age-related role expectations. The crises create an imbalance that the person needs to correct by adjusting his or her behavior and integrating this change into his or her personality. Seven vector Checkering eraser identify her developing competence. When the student first arrive at a student university, they are often unsure of how they will fit into their new surroundings. It's an environment they have not quite mastered and it's full of unknown for them. The first task the student must accomplish is to develop competence. In the environment, the first is intellectual competence. They do it by consulting with their peers, receiving input from instructor, and participating in group projects. This improvement is being measured by test results. Students explore their physical competence while working on their intellectual competence. This refers to whether or not students think of themselves as being as powerful, attractive, or physical development as the other university student. Interpersonal competence is the third competency to consider. They must gain confidence in their interpersonal relationship, dating relationship, powerful social network, and another form. The second vector is managing emotion. Two processes occur in the evolution of emotional development during the college years. The first is moving from controlling one's behavior because of external influence to a process of controlling behavior through internal process. External control such as authority exercised by the school or parents encourage students to do what is proper. Peer standards tend to regulate the same type of conduct in adolescence. The lines between right and wrong and frequently blur. Peer norms are defined by an external source. People, on the other hand, mature as they become older, accept a greater level of accountability for their conduct. This is shift in the locus of control. Control shift from external source being hold responsibility for act to acceptance of self-respect responsibility. The difference and integration procedure is the second step. It is four steps which are awareness of one's emotion, acting on emotions, receiving feedback on action, and exercising internal control of action and integrating emotion. In addition, the third vector is moving through autonomy toward interdependence. The first is developing emotional independence. When people become emotionally independent, they accept responsibility for themselves and lessen the need for emotional approval from family family and pets. The second aspect of autonomy is instrumental independence, as defined by Chinkering and Risser. Being instrumentally autonomous means that a person has taken responsibility for himself or herself and is in command of his or her action. The third element of autonomy, which Chinkering research called interdependence, is the combination of emotional and instrumental dependence. This is a recognition of one's independence as well as one's responsibility to constructively contribute to one's community. For college students, the process of autonomy entails emotional and financial breaking apart from their parents. After the fourth vector is developing a mature interpersonal relationships. People have less prejudice, are more tolerant of other people's viewpoints, and have favor superficial interaction. Friendships are built on a foundation of greater trust, and people are more open and free to communicate their true feelings. Women, on the whole, have had more flexibility in this area throughout their lives and had less difficulty building interpersonal relationships. For men, the situation is different. Men are social to competitive with one another. They find it challenging to share honestly in friendships because they are afraid that such displays of emotion will be perceived as weakness. Men are often more choosy about who they share their most personal feelings with. People are not truly prepared to actively participate in interpersonal relationships unless they have a good understanding of themselves and feel confident in their own skins. The fifth vector is establishing identity. People's personalities get definition as a result of their development in these four areas. Young adults must first separate or differentiate themselves from others in order to learn who they are. They can only begin to integrate their achievement and mistake and form a self-image or self-concept if they do so. Identity, according to Chinkering, is a fact in one's ability to sustain its consistency and sameness. It entails become comfortable with one's body and appearance, sexual identity and gender, as well as accepting one's physical requirements and limitation. Once a person has built a self-image and an identity structure, they are ready to continue forward with growing and exchange their. Furthermore, the sixth vector is a developing purpose. Improve their self-knowledge regarding non-vocational interested, the lifestyle they would like to live, and the value they will believe to be important when they make a career decision. Some people can successfully incorporate their vocational, non-vocational lifestyle and value commitment into their work. A person who appreciates being outside and working with nature, such as backpacking and camping, might pursue a profession in forestry as a conservationist. For example, a zoologist or veterinarians are two options for someone who is interested in animal and nature. The goals of this vector is explaining purpose in college is to combine the four parts of vocational commitment, non-vocational interest, lifestyle, and value into an initial commitment for adulthood. A person's purpose in life and overall a career, like identity, and another vector changes and mature as he or she grows up. College is all about integrating the original commitment and livelihood. College is all about investigating and reinforcing those initial commitments. The seventh vector is developing integrity. The last of the seven vector is integrity is concept of a humanizing and personalizing values and developing congruence between them. Humanizing values is a process of making rules govern belief that guide society applicable to the human condition. Personalizing values occur as values are applied to one's life circumstances. It is an integration of what a person believes with how a person acts. A person may, for example, believe that the stealing is wrong but be arrested for the shoplifting in the bookstore. This integration is a process of developing congruence between belief and action. Integrity is not something that a person may achieve. It is a continuous process of moral growth and development. In conclusion, the Shinkering theory explains the psychosocial development and reflect upon self-growth and development. Its concept of seven vectors that share different areas of development. You find yourself in various points in your life and at multi times. Some experiment support has come up with evidence that securing vectors are accurate evaluated of development in college students. The strength of securing theory is provides foundation of college student development issues and consent the student. That's all from me and thank you.